Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Mind
Body Stuff. Oops, I forgot to say I froze up on you. I'm so sorry. I felt my mouth kind of go. Body Stuff.
We're done with the mind part of this.
We're just doing body stuff now.
We're tired of being full being health and wellness. We're just doing the body stuff.
I've been having some hard times recently. Yesterday we were working as we normally do here at the Ula studio. And we went outside to the front of the studio. We were working kind of in the sun.
Oh my God.
And Kaylee's husband, Rob, had come in with his uncle, his great uncle. And so they'd been chatting for a while and they left. And then the door, someone opens the door and comes in again. And I just assume it's Rob.
Yeah.
So I go, "Hey, Daddy, is that you, Daddy?" And a very handsome worker man came around the corner. And he just looks at us and he's just like, "No,
not your daddy.
I'm not your daddy." And he just was looking at us just like, wow, what is going on in here?
And I'm pumping, which if anyone has seen my breast pumps,
they're massive.
They just go under your shirt. There's no tubes or wires or anything like that.
They suction directly to your breast.
Yeah. And so it looks like I have these massive fake boobs. And then they're making the sucking sound. And so I'm like sitting there cracking up because we just call him Daddy. And then he's like, "Nope, not your daddy."
Not your daddy.
Massive boobs that are making sounds. I'm like trying to hold my computer up to my chest and be like,
so funny.
He was there for like 5 minutes.
A long time.
And I had to get a phone number out of my phone. So the whole room was silent except for my pump.
It's all like,
and I don't think he was like married
really,
or anything.
No, he didn't look married.
So I don't know if he even knew what like a breast pump
sure
was or sounded like.
He's like, what is happening here?
Like it was so funny.
It was so. And then he was like, "I'm here to do soil samples," and of course I'm like, "Core samples?
Core samples.
You need to build a drill. You need to something a
you
core.
Need to drill.
You need to drill a core." And he was like, "That's right." I just couldn't get past it. Oh my God, it was like a great. If it could be a Saturday Night Live skit, it would be awesome.
We were like giggling like little children.
I know.
Like, it was so bad. I was like doing the breathing exercise, where you can like laugh on your exhale, like.
And he's trying to talk to us.
And then
you're just like, he's trying not to laugh,
trying not to laugh,
he's thinking like, "I'm just here to do soil samples, ladies." And we're all kind of geared up after I called him Daddy. And he happens to be handsome, too. So I'm just like...
He was quite attractive.
I'm like, "Are you totally my daddy?
Do you want to be my daddy?
Do you want to be my daddy now?" He's like, "No, not right now." I'm here to do...
I'm working, ladies.
I'm doing core samples. Oh, that's okay, David. Anyway, that brings us to our topic today.
He brings us directly into our topic.
Our topic of types of ways we communicate. I've lost her. She's laughing so hard she can't breathe.
Types of ways?
Many ways.
Types of ways we communicate. Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, the many ways.
Well, you can call strangers daddy. See how they respond. It's called a surprise technique.
I'm a sexual communicator myself. How about you, Kaylee? What are you? Kind of straightforward. An operational communicator. She's like, "Now listen
Let's get
to
this
me.
done.
Let's get down, Daddy."
Daddy, get down. Business time, Daddy.
Listen up.
Daddy, you've been naughty.
Anyway.
Okay.
It was a good story. We just had to share it.
That would have been a way better podcast than what we're talking about today.
It's a good podcast. And we can keep tying it in.
Oh, we will.
There's all different ways to tie in your sexuality.
Tied up.
Your drives.
You can tie up your sexuality.
Oh, and by the way, we've working on our different workshops for Tulum.
Where are you going with this?
And I just have to say I've been working on the second chakra workshop.
As she licks her lips. Daddy.
Which is your sacral chakra, which is all about sexual healing, which of course That's how I got into trouble calling him daddy, because I've been doing the research for all that and kind of geared up for it. So I just want to say.
She was feeling sexual.
I was feeling.
So she was thinking she was calling my husband daddy.
Which was
we can analyze all of that later.
Which was a joke, because then it was like, look, your wife's here, daddy. But instead, neither of you, we're not your wife, sir.
No,
neither of us know you that way.
We may want to.
We may want to, but we don't. Just so you know.
Oh.
So anyways, back to
communication styles. So tell us about this and where you read this and why you found it valuable for a podcast.
Well, I was just thinking, we work together in a very intimate environment.
Not real work, though. She's very clear on that. This is not real work.
You should be happy I said not real work.
I appreciate that.
I feel like I got attacked by a few people about it.
Well, that's not your problem.
That's not my problem. That's right. That's my ego speaking.
We've been doing a lot of personal work.
We've been doing personal
back here
work.
in this lovely little office lately.
Little office back here in the hot studio.
We're like, is that my ego?
Is that my ego or my super ego? Or is it my id?
That's your ego.
That's my ego talking. That's the sort of older one.
You've got a bitch ego.
I have a big bitch ego.
Your ego
Capital
is a bitch.
B bitch ego. Yeah, she gets all like...
Your ego is a super bitch.
It's not even. It's like, so like today, my husband
like,
texted me.
I'm like, okay.
My husband texted me today because we were keeping our horses at a different place this year. Fascinating.
That's
but anyway,
story.
His sister is a horse specialist. She has a giant farm with like 100 horses. So he just randomly, he's visiting his family. He randomly texts me and just says, well, this is what Jenny says about what you should do with the horses. And I'm like,
don't piss her off.
I'm like, well, excuse me, but we don't use those types of bales of hay here in Montana. They're used for cattle. I text this back, and then he just writes, just trying to pass along some information.
Oh, Daddy.
Oh, sorry, Daddy.
It's okay.
But anyway, that does bring us back to communication styles.
It does. Very good point.
Because it's important when you work and live in these intimate environments.
Whether it be your office or your house.
Your office or your house, exactly. That you kind of, I think that's why I picked up the book anyway, to sort of figure out.
Our conflict resolution.
Our conflict resolution. How can I work better with Kaylee? But really, with everyone, because
yes.
You just...
No, I agree.
I don't know, maybe you think that this, I think this, is when I start talking, I assume everyone is like me.
Oh, yes, good point.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all understanding it like I understand it. Mm-hmm. And really, we don't.
No, we don't. Not at all.
We come from all different walks of life, different ideas of how communication is, all our different internalized stuff, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and I would also say that, like, when besides big, at least this is how it goes in my marriage and probably my work relationships too. When there's not, like, a huge, real issue, like, I don't know, a big, huge issue.
Like something happened.
Like
if for something, maybe a release of clothing or something.
Excuse me? What?
What?
A release of clothing?
What's it called?
Huh?
A product release?
Are you getting naked?
No, I mean like when you're selling clothing.
Oh, no, I mean like... There she goes, back to the sacral chakra. No, I mean
TGIF.
like... Okay, so like, let's say... God.
Whose website is that? Anyway.
I still can't believe you don't know what WWJD means.
Mm-mm. Nope.
That is. Did you ever tell
I forgot. I just saw the text this morning and I keep forgetting.
It's so funny.
Anyway.
Okay. No, I just mean like in my marriage, unless something big has happened, like, oh, you're
pregnant? She hates when I guess stuff. She's like, no, that's not it. No.
Well, let's say like he like cheated on me or something.
Yeah, no,
okay,
fair.
That's a big issue.
Right. That's a big issue.
A release of clothing.
A clothing release.
With another woman.
Yeah.
Let's say there was a clothing release.
Yes, with another
one. Let's say all those big things aside. Don't you think the biggest reason why people fight is because of communication?
It must be. Yes, I think that is.
I mean, I think that they say couples fight over like money or sex. Money, sex, and...
There's one other thing.
Something else. But I think so much of like Rob and my issues.
It's communication.
All about communication.
Yes.
It's
good
literally,
point.
we love each other. We're compatible. But man, we fight over just literally communication stuff. I interpret something he said the wrong way. He interprets what I said the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I meant for it to be perceived that way, but that's how he perceives it. These are our biggest fights, me and Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Very
communication.
good point. Communication.
Always.
And that's why when I saw this book, I have Blink List, by the way. I'll market that.
She's like, I read this book in 5 minutes because it's Cliff's Notes.
It's like Cliff's Notes.
Cliff's Notes.
He's a Cliff's Notes. But it is Blink List. It is Cliff Notes, basically, for all your...
Cliffs.
Cliffs. Is it Cliffs, not Cliff Notes?
Cliff apostrophe S. It's a person. Cliff.
Oh, I thought it was Cliff Notes. Cliff Notes.
Hey, Clifford. Hey, Cliff.
Or fall off the cliff. Better read that Cliff Note first.
Let me just double check myself.
She's looking up. I think you might be right. Cliff's Notes.
Cliff's Notes. I'm right. Cliff's Notes.
Cliff's Notes. There's no apostrophe, which I find
odd. That is odd. But it is a website.
But maybe maybe the person's name is Cliff's.
I have no idea. But it's Cliff's Notes.
I think it's Cliff's Notes. And maybe it's just called Cliff's Notes. Doesn't matter. Anyway.
And they're like, ladies, shut
up now. So
how many of you just hit the fast forward button on this podcast?
Oh, you missed it. I'm sorry. I said a lot of interesting stuff. That's it. Missed it again. Okay. You gotta listen. Don't push fast forward. Don't speed my voice up either. So I got the book. It's called 5. I didn't get the book. It's on Blink List.
She got Cliff's Notes.
Cliff's Notes on it. 5 Voices by Jeremy Kubicek.
Get this, you guys. Second chakra coming back around.
Steve Cockram.
What is his last name again? Steve who?
Cockram. It's a very good book.
Cockram.
Steve Cockram. Jeremy Kubicek and Steve Cockram. Maybe say Cockram. Cockram. But it's called 5 Voices. And I'm sorry to make it so funny, but it is kind of funny. But what are the voices? I got her laughing here.
Okay.
I'll say it one more time. Okay. Steve Cockram. Very talented writer.
He does it in such a breathy tone, too. Cockram. Yes, Steve. Yes, Steve.
Yes. What's my communication style?
He's a more aggressive communicator.
He's just always ramming it like that. I'm like, Steve, knock it off. Knock it off.
God. Okay. Knock it off.
So but there are 5. Okay, go back. Let's get past Steve Cockram. And let's listen carefully.
All right, we're back.
The 5 communication, what they've figured out for themselves, it might be helpful to us. Nurturers.
Okay, definitely not me.
I'm a nurturer by nature. No. Nurturers.
You're naughty by nature.
Not by nature. Nurturers, creatives.
Okay.
Guardians.
Yes.
Connectors.
Yes.
And pioneers.
Okay.
And they developed this book, these communication styles, specifically for the workplace in terms of management.
Oh,
That's
right,
how
right,
the
right.
book is written.
Well, it's kind of like, not leadership style, but it's like team. It's like, how do you figure out your team?
Yeah, exactly. And when you have those big meetings and then the same thing, when you're having these relationship problems with your partner, you're trying to determine what is your style and what is your partner's style. And you usually have a dominant style, and then you have some secondary styles too in there.
Okay.
Dominant style. And now, what would you say?
Well, I think you have to describe what each of those are.
Oh, so the nurturers, of course, they go out of their way to look out for others.
Yes, and their voice is usually not the loudest. Like, something that nurturers struggle with is having their voice be heard.
Yes.
So they're usually very quiet. They're more receiving, but I think that they're very observant of the dynamics and who needs something and where they can then go and add that nurturing.
And give it. But the problem in meetings is sometimes in a big meeting, you're not going to hear them.
They don't speak up.
And if you're the manager, you want to be clear that, you want to be clear to call them out if you want. Like, Jane, did you have something you wanted to say?
Right.
Because they usually have good stuff to say, but they're just afraid to say it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yes, exactly.
It's all about the group.
That's definitely not your communication style.
All about the group.
She's like, fuck off!
I don't like it. Everyone's like, okay, nobody cares.
I know. She's like, I don't think so. I'm like, well, you come up with something better. How about that?
Actually, I don't have anything better, so I guess we'll do it then. That's how we are.
Oh my God.
And now creatives.
Creatives, yes. So the creatives,
they say in this book, are one of the rarest forms. And for me, it's so funny because I'm like, well, I want to be the rarest form. Or they're like, it's like 9% of the population.
Which I found surprising. That only 9% are the creatives.
And how did they do their research on that?
Well, I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But that's their feeling about this.
Yes.
Type. Now, the creatives are very creative.
Yes.
But they need an environment where they feel they can create.
Oh, sure.
Because they need to kind of have some open space.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, they won't be able to create.
Right. Well, yes. I think that's very true for creative people. Yeah. You have to have space.
And they're kind of hard to understand sometimes.
Right.
So people have to recognize that in meetings or with partners that maybe they're trying to tell you something, but you're like, I don't get what they're trying to say.
Yes.
Because they're kind of on a different plane.
They have a hard time including other people in their vision. They don't know how to explain it in a way that other people can see it.
That's exactly right. I love that. Then you have the guardians.
Oh, yes.
And the guardians protect the rules.
Right.
So they kind of know the rules of the company or the culture.
Right.
And they're very clear about, and everyone needs guardians.
Yes.
Because when I first read it, I'm like, that seems like a lame role. You know? Because it seems so like, here are the rules. That's how it is. But in the book, it does talk about they're important because they're the people you want to bounce stuff off of. Because they're they know the rules.
They know the rules. Yeah.
So they're kind of like, well, we don't normally do that.
Yeah.
And then everyone gets to decide. Maybe creative comes in. I know that's what we normally do.
But I
really feel that we could do this instead. And the nurturer is probably like, well, what a wonderful idea. But the guardians play an important role in terms of keeping things status quo.
Yeah.
But not always good if you were looking for creative growth. But if you work with them, they can be great.
Yeah, and I think, well, you can keep going, but I think one of the goals of this, like understanding all of this is because we are trying to seek balance.
Yes.
So you can't have probably like 5 creatives on a team or it's not going to be balanced.
Very
so when
good
you're putting
point.
together these teams too,
That's a very good point because you're going to have conflict then.
So much conflict.
Yeah. And then the creatives aren't going to feel creative.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be like, I can't create.
Yeah. And then the poor, if there's one poor guardian with 4 creatives, they're going to have a nightmare of a job.
Oh, terrible job.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then no one's going to like the guardian too. Like everyone's going to be like, the guardian's so lame.
Loser.
The guardian's like, I'm just trying to hold the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Fourth one is the connectors.
The connectors.
So they kind of they connect people and things with each other.
Uh-huh.
They kind of see the big picture. They're not really nurturers in the sense that they're here to take care of everybody. They're there kind of to see the strategic connections that can be made.
Right.
And I think you're a good connector.
Oh, do you think?
Oh, yeah. Because you think you see certain things, you kind of go, dink, dink, and these two things come together. You know what I mean?
Right.
So connectors play an important part in the company or in relationships as well.
When they made this book, is it about workplace? Mm-hmm. Is that what it's for the workplace?
Yes. Yeah. But I can see where you can use it to start kind of understanding at least first your style or your predominant style.
Yeah.
And then finally there's the pioneers.
Yes.
And the pioneers have the vision.
Right.
And they're kind of driven.
How are they different than the creatives?
The creatives are just kind of like, la, 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 la. They're more artistic, kind of more like, they're not looking at the strategic, the strategic life of the company.
Uh-huh.
They're more like, how can you make this shirt more comfortable or something? They're like, I know, I would add, llama wool in this or something. And you're like, great idea. I have never tried llama wool, but I will try it. Okay. But the pioneers are like Steve Jobs. Like they have a vision and they're like, off I go.
Yes.
And don't get in their way.
Right.
And sometimes they don't listen real good.
Yeah. And they're hard to work with, aren't they?
They're very hard to work with, but they get stuff done.
Yeah.
That's the thing is they get stuff done. They can be hard to work with. Pioneers have a hard time listening, but they're very goal directed.
Okay.
So you need the pioneers are the ones that are making the companies usually. They're the ones that are kind of out there like, I want this and I want that and I want this and I want that. And the connectors are like, well, we can do that, but I got to connect Jane to Bob, and then this product to this product.
Right. Yeah.
And so you need, I mean, it's great if you could have all 5 on a team.
Yes.
But you're not going to. And then in this book, it was great because they said, you know what your dominant style is, but then you can sort of start seeing what your secondary styles are too.
Yeah.
So kind of depending on the meeting, 1, to be honest to your dominant voice. So just say, that's who I am.
Yep.
And that's okay. And then 2, like, do I need to bring in my secondary style here? Is my pioneer too pioneering right now?
Or maybe it doesn't need to, it doesn't need to speak up at this meeting or in this situation.
Right, exactly.
You know, maybe this situation requires more of the guardian to take the leadership role and be like, whoa, you guys, like, hold on for a second because this isn't going to work, or, you know.
Or this is how I see what's going to happen if we do this.
This could be, yeah.
Right.
Well, and I think also that post that I did in the community about going through the door, I know we've talked about this before.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, you know, maybe one person like breaks down the door and like, you know, kind of wrecks havoc on the way in to make some change. And then the next person comes in and is like holding hands and like, we're going to be okay. Like, do you need me? I got you. We got this, going through.
Yeah.
And then, you know, somebody else comes through and it's like, okay, now that it's all cleared out, now I can put all the pieces back together and I can make this place better. You know, and then you have people on the sidelines like cheering. And I was thinking about too, like, it requires a little bit of everything, I think, to have a positive result or to move in a positive direction, because you can't, and sometimes I beat myself up because I'm not that nurturing. And sometimes I see other people who are super nurturing and I'm always like, gosh, Kayla, you should be more like that.
But you do try.
I try.
Yeah.
I try.
I think that's one of your secondary ones is nurturing.
Well, thanks for saying that. But like, I feel like sometimes I have more like fire energy in me. And so then I feel bad. But if you just realize, look, you don't need to feel bad about this. But what you need is you need a team. You need a community of other different types so that you can create movement. You can make change. You can do good, but you can't do it all by yourself. And you can't be all these things. So I think recognizing not only what your dominant is, but in what type of situation that's your dominant.
Right. Good point.
You know,
when I'm under stress, I'm like this.
Yeah.
And then when I'm at peace, you know, I'm more like this.
Yeah. Or if it's like, you know, if it's like, you know, creating a new product, then I may be like, yes, I'm totally like a visionary and I can figure this out. But then maybe when it's like, okay, yes, but now we need to do the budgeting, then I may be like, I got to just sit back and learn. Like I've got to listen and hear more than I'm speaking. Right. You know, or like, you know, Good in point. This type of situation, it's much more easy for me to be a nurturer. Like I'm much more comfortable being a nurturer when these are the conditions or whatever it may be.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's kind of knowing your strengths and your weaknesses.
It totally is knowing your strengths and your weaknesses.
Like we've talked about before.
Yeah. Do they suggest that we develop a little bit of all of these, or they
don't?
No.
They say more like, notice what your predominant one is, the one that comes up the most for you, and then try to name 2 others that you kind of rely on in your personality.
Yeah.
And so that you can start seeing it when you're in meetings with people. Like, am I being a guardian or am I being a nurturer?
Right. Well, and going back...
Or what would be most helpful in this situation?
Oh, yeah.
Also, my guardian part is... I can see through the communication that this isn't being really helpful.
Yeah.
So what other part can I...
This is not working for the
go
group
back and
right now,
clearly. Lean on, which might be your connector part.
Yeah.
I love what they say about connectors. Connectors bring people together, forge new bonds, and maintain existing relationships.
Oh, that's so important. Sometimes, I feel like sometimes I don't always do that.
Oh, yeah, listen to this. You can spot a connector by a couple of telltale signs. If there's a problem in the office, a connector will reach out to a peer who's well-placed to resolve the issue quickly and efficiently.
Oh, yeah, that's so good.
So that is that is a great person to have.
Oh, yeah, you definitely need a connector.
Sometimes I feel like I get all like, oh, we have to do this and this and this and this. And then I just sort of blurt it out to everybody. And then everyone's like, well, who does that? You know, or how are we going to accomplish all that? And I'm like, I don't know. But I just thought of it. Versus a connector would be like, oh, I'm going to tell Jane this. I'm going to tell Bob this.
Right.
You know, and we're going to try and make these work.
Yeah. That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think in my marriage with Rob, sometimes we struggle because I think we both have the same voice.
Well, you're both dominant.
Yeah, so then it's conflicting when there's two dominant personalities who are trying to do something.
Yeah.
And so obviously we're not going to bring a third or fourth person into the marriage.
What?
I know, right? Well, we could, I suppose. I'm not sure. I think I'm too jealous for that.
I could not do it.
No, I don't think I could.
Sometimes I wish I could, but I can't.
No, I can't.
Mike's be like, what happened? I'm like, well, I got mad. And they're gone now.
What's that big hole in the backyard?
Oh, I just buried one of the horses. Don't even look, hon.
Oh, she sure was pretty, wasn't she, though?
Oh, boy, what a beautiful mane she had.
But so I think where we struggle, too, is it's like, and I know that this is one of our fights, it's like we're both dominant. Mm-hmm. And so in situations, it's like both of us kind of want to take the lead. So then whoever does take the lead, it's like the other one is like, wait a minute. I wanted to take the lead on that.
Right.
So it's good for us then to be like, oh, you know what? In this type of situation, I'm just going to let you, I'm going to just, let you take the lead.
Yeah.
You're stronger or I'm stronger or you may know more about this. You're
this
better at this.
Stuff.
You know, like just the other day, this was a big deal. He told me that I manage the house better than he does.
What?
Whoa, huge.
Not a surprise.
I know, right? But because I was just like, well, I really think if you're going to cook that, then you need to get it started now if we're going to eat dinner at 6:30, because he wanted to cook dinner that night.
Yeah.
And then he finally, then the whole timing thing was blah, blah, blah. Anyways, and he finally said, he's like, well, you can act, he's like, I'm like, well, I don't want to offend you if I'm like, you need to start dinner earlier. Because then normally he'd be like, don't tell me what to do.
Right.
Like, you don't tell me what to do.
Right.
We're both very dominant personalities. And so then, he finally said, yeah, you can. So then now for us as we share a communication style sometimes, which is sometimes beneficial, sometimes not. Because I'm like, well, I need to know how to tell you to do something without it being offensive to you.
Right. Right.
So it's like, okay, so when we are in relationship with someone who has the same style as us, sometimes it can work, but sometimes we need to rely on other communication styles. Mm-hmm. Or be like, yes, in this situation, I'm gonna just make it more my default to be this type.
Pull in, or maybe not be so dominant. I'm gonna drop the need.
I'm not gonna be I don't need to be the pioneer when it comes to dinner.
Right, that's not important to me. I want to be the pioneer when it comes to, I don't know, building a house or whatever like that. It's like, okay, excellent, you can do that. I don't want to pioneer in that way.
Yeah, right.
And I think Mike and I have worked that out, except not at the house as much. But, I'm in charge of the house.
Yeah.
But he just comes in and messes it up.
Yeah, sure.
And there's no respect. There's no respect for this pioneer.
Right.
There's no good job, pioneer.
Good job, Bernice.
Or I planned out the holidays.
Yeah.
It's more like, well, whatever. That's great. Yeah. I'm like, well, I wish I could live my life like that.
You never go anywhere, though.
Never go anywhere. No, because that's not what he pioneers in.
No, he pioneers in different things.
He pioneers in rescuing people and being on rivers and hiking and all that stuff, which I'm not a pioneer. You can have that.
No, and then maybe in that situation, you would be more of like a connector or
maybe a nurturer. Which would be better for me to drop into.
Yeah, if you're like, okay, this is where my pioneers, then this is where I nurture.
Right, because I try and pioneer there and I'm not good at it.
Yeah, and then he's like, you don't need to pioneer here.
Right.
I'm pioneering.
I'm like, what about the tent? Should we put it over there?
He's like, just relax.
This area isn't as good. Should you make a turn here?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's just like, hey.
But I feel like Mike doesn't get offended by you asking those questions or being like making all these suggestions.
Yeah.
But I feel like then Rob does. And then we have conflict because he's just
at least Rob is out. Mike does this joke, he'll go, enough.
Oh, he says enough.
Oh, yeah. And then I'm just like, the worst thing to say to me, by the way.
Don't ever tell her enough.
Oh, I'm like.
That's ballsy. He tells you enough.
He does it on purpose, too. And because he can stay so calm.
Yeah, he can stay calm.
In fact, that's when you know you're in real big conflict.
When he's just like,
when he's like, that's right.
Oh, that sounds scary.
Oh, I hate that. It makes me so mad. Or we're always late to everything. And I'm late anyway, but I'm always like, but if we say 11, I'm hoping like 11:15. I'm not that late. I'm like right on the cusp. But to him, he's like, oh, maybe I'll go and cook an egg and then maybe I'll go outside and trim some bushes, all sorts of stuff. And suddenly I'm like, we're late.
I know.
And then he turns and he was like, I was on time. I was waiting for you.
Oh, and then he does that joke.
That weird
he does
joke.
the reverse thing.
Always like a joke about it.
I know. They can't just own it and say, I'm so sorry that I made us late.
Exactly. And I said to him, all you have to do is apologize.
That's what I tell Rob all the time. I'm like, just say sorry first.
Yeah.
And then it'll be done.
Right. We don't have
because
to.
I know you're late all the time, but can't you just apologize?
Yeah.
Even though it happens all the time,
right.
can't you just still say sorry?
Just own it.
Just own it. Just say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know. I was leaving for work today and it was like 8:21. And then my whole family was still in the house. The bell rings in 4 minutes for school, and Rob has to walk everyone to school. I mean, it's not a long walk by any means, but there were still kids inside.
Oh, yeah,
no. Shoes on. I'm like, Rob, the bell rings in 4 minutes. And he just is like, what did he say? He said something sarcastic.
Like, oh, I'm going to miss the bell.
I don't know, something where I'm like, okay.
I've never missed the bell before.
I know, something.
There's something.
I don't know, but I was like, okay, well,
and that would be better if they were the nurturer there.
Oh, I wish you were.
I think those relationships are real good.
The nurturers.
The nurture. Well, if I'm a pioneer.
Oh, then to have a nurturer.
I want a nurturer. I want a nurturer who's like, sure, what a great idea. Or more like, oh, you seem upset.
Yeah.
About this.
Yeah, right.
Like, you don't have to be upset. I know we're going to be late. Even saying that.
Yes.
Like, I know I'm going to be late.
But it's going to be okay.
But it's going to be okay. And I would like turn my flame down a little bit.
Remember, Kaylee, the bell rings at 8:25, but they don't walk in until 8:30. It'll be okay.
Right.
Say that to me.
That's a nurturer response.
And then I'd be like, oh yeah, thank you. Because I have panic around time.
Right, exactly.
He's trying to like not nurture my neuroses.
No. Uh-oh.
But I'm like, but can't you just nurture my neuroses sometimes?
Well, especially because they're just neuroses. Like, we already know
neurotic about this. I'm neurotic about time.
So let's not have a pioneer fight over it.
Right, exactly.
Both of us can't be pioneers.
I'm going to work on this.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out when to back down.
When to back down. And I think, especially at work, it's good to start seeing, like, I don't know if you guys work in some of you probably work in very big workspaces.
Some people definitely
where you start to see, and you have these very big staff meetings, and you'll start to see, like, oh, it looks like Jane's a guardian. Like, she's very, where before I would be like, she's so, like, old rulesy or something.
Yes.
Versus kind of understanding, like, oh, so the rules are really important to her.
Or when you see the person who's not speaking up, rather than being like, wow, why aren't they contributing?
I do that all the time.
Or why aren't they saying anything? To just think, oh, they're processing and they're going to figure out, like, theirs isn't so upfront and showy. It's like they're kind of doing like behind the scenes
work.
And
that doesn't make them any less.
No, totally.
That's such a good point because we have kind of big voices, and sometimes I judge people because I'm like, why didn't she speak up?
Oh, right.
And then I put it over into a weak category.
Yeah, sure.
Which is not right.
No, it's not right.
Because my husband was like that, and my dad was like that too.
I bet Eckhart Tolle is like that.
www.etd.com.
.com.
Go to his website soon. No, he probably is like that.
He's probably
and
not.
For me, I'd be like, I guess you have nothing important to say.
You have nothing to say?
Eckhart?
Yeah, right?
That's it? Okay, let's move on. How about you, Jane? Like that, those kind of people bother me sometimes. But then I realize they're very important people to have.
Oh, yeah.
So even if they're not making their voice heard right at that big meeting, don't overlook them.
No.
Because they probably got some great ideas. Or they're
probably better ideas.
They're probably better. Very good point. I'm like, no one's better idea than mine. But, better ideas. Ideas. Come to IKEA. What's IKEA?
For the Swedish meatballs.
IKEA. Homemade Swedish meatballs for you. But everyone. Oh, no, that's not even like Swedish.
No, that's not Swedish. Where'd you go?
But the nurturers play an important role, too, because they probably keep your company afloat.
Oh, they totally
do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. And the connectors, too.
And the connectors,
the more
too.
quiet ones.
The people I tend to overlook are probably the ones that are important at keeping your company kind of afloat.
Well, yeah, and the vibe good.
So people want to come to work. And
they're
blah,
nurtured.
blah, blah.
They feel connected. They feel supported.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not just a crazy idea people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's really good to think about.
I think it's really good to think about because I'm like, where do I sit on this?
What do you think is your most dominant?
It was probably a guardian.
You're the protect the rules kind of lady.
Yeah, sometimes. Then I break the rules, which is odd.
I know. It is odd. Well, you don't like anyone telling you what to do.
I don't. But then if I think about it, I'll back down. You just have to wait a little bit, and then it's like a horse. Like, you're like, okay.
Well, and it is nice to learn how to have conflict with people.
Mm-hmm. Very good point.
You know what bothers me is someone who won't fight with me.
Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes then I think that they're a nurturer. I don't know, but I get like, well,
right.
I guess you're not interested.
Well, yeah. I'm like
connecting with me.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, you don't trust our relationship,
or
to
am I that
see
scary?
This line through with me?
Right.
You'd rather just back away from it?
Right. Exactly.
But that's not right, really.
No, because maybe some people hate conflict.
Some people hate conflict.
They hate it, and it ties into a whole history of like. You just avoid it at all costs.
Yeah. No, I know.
You know.
But I do appreciate, but I also appreciate safe conflict. I think we have to learn how to have conflict without it being because I think some people avoid conflict because of past trauma, and they're like, the whole thing's going to fall apart if we have conflict. I could lose everything if I enter into conflict. So I'll just back down, or I'll avoid, or I'll be secretly grumpy and behind your back or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, but it's well, just fight with me so we can figure it out.
Right. And then if people stick around and then you fight and then everything's okay.
Then it shows. It's okay to have conflict.
It's okay. And nothing really that bad happened.
And conflict is a natural part of the interconnectedness of humans.
Oh yeah, we do it. We do it with our intimates all the time, like our partners. Yes. I mean, most of us do. I think sometimes in couples, some couples don't.
I think, yeah.
But I think those relationships have a very difficult time sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're just constantly avoiding conflict, and then suddenly they're like,
and don't you think it's usually
one
one person who won't speak up?
Mm-hmm. But then one person might learn it, it never works.
Oh, we just don't talk.
So then suddenly you see them in therapy, because
they aren't
5 years later, and they're just kind of like, yep.
Well, and
I'm like, how are you doing? They're like, good.
Well, the relationship just goes away.
It just kind of peters out.
Because if you can't figure out how to get through conflict with somebody else,
you have no passion.
Well. And you have no trust in it for me. That's how it seems to me,
too. The person's going to stick around.
It's why can't we work through this together? What do you think is going to happen? Mm-hmm. What do you think is on the other side of this?
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Right.
Well, if you're scared of conflict, maybe it's because you think then the relationship will totally go away if you have the conflict. Right. And I know sometimes I avoid conflict with people, too.
Yeah, I avoid conflict. Sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
I do. Yeah,
you definitely
until or something triggers me, and then I'm like, I will step in for this conflict. I think I decide whether it's I want to waste my time on it or not.
Waste your time
because then I get all worked up, and then afterwards I'm like,
oh yeah,
that was a dumb thing to be worked up about. Right? There's really important things to be worked up about.
But I think this brings up a good question. What are we afraid of about conflict?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
What about the conflict is scary to us? And I think it's very different depending on the person that you're thinking about. With some people, it's I'm afraid that they won't love me anymore. Mm-hmm. So I'm afraid to enter into conflict. But do you even want a relationship with somebody if you feel like if you have conflict, they won't love you?
No.
So then it's almost I'd rather just not fight to keep this person around.
Right.
And don't you think that happens in marriage a lot? It's I don't want to fight. I need this person around. I want them around, so I'm not going to fight.
Right.
I'd rather just be unhappy together.
Right. Yeah. I just won't want to say anything because I'm afraid that they'll leave. And some people do.
Yeah, and some people do.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know.
It's a very real fear.
It is a real fear because it's we had so much conflict, I don't want to do it anymore.
Or, sometimes the conflict brings you closer together with someone, and sometimes you may not want that either.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because sometimes I'm like, you know what? I just don't want that intimate of a relationship with you. So I'd rather not even have conflict that we work through And I'd rather keep it less of a deep relationship.
Right, because I don't want to spend all my energy on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Interesting to think about.
We should do that for the next podcast.
Do what?
Talk about conflict.
Maybe we should, because
and
that's
different style. Because you got me thinking about, what did you say? You had one really good question there about conflict.
What are we afraid?
What are we afraid of?
Like with you, I'm not afraid to have conflict with you anymore because we've worked through it enough.
Right,
like,
we have enough conflict.
We have enough conflict that we know that, like, you and I could, like, you know, get mad at each other or text things that we're like, whatever, she's pissed, I don't care. Because I know that it doesn't scare me.
Right, and then the next day it's fine.
It
it's
doesn't
just
scare
like,
me if we have conflict.
My blood sugar was low, I'm sorry that I commented that.
Yeah, it's not like, oh my gosh, is she gonna, like, quit tomorrow?
Will she like me?
Are we not friends anymore? It's like, I don't fucking care, because I know that we're good enough friends and we work well enough together that if we have conflict over some stupid thing, it doesn't matter.
Right, it doesn't matter.
And we can get through it. But there are some people that I'm very much afraid to have conflict with. Because, and that is a good question, it's like, maybe they won't like me anymore. Maybe they're going to think that I'm not the person they thought I was.
Right, oh, good point.
You know, like, or, you know, whatever. And we can save this for another podcast. But I think it's very interesting to think about then going back to these 5 different voices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then do you have a different voice in conflict? You know, like...
And maybe you should.
Maybe you should.
When you start seeing it, too. Like, maybe you start seeing the relationship crumbling or like, oh, this isn't working.
Yeah. Oh, I might need to be more of a nurturer.
Right.
In this
depending on and that's a great point because it goes back to the very beginning of the podcast, except for the hello daddy part.
Daddy-o.
But the very beginning of the podcast in terms of like, we just assume everyone communicates like we do.
Oh yeah, totally.
So then it's like, well, of course you won't mind having conflict.
Yeah.
You know, that, like, if I say something, if you say something to me and I disagree with it, I usually say, I don't agree with it.
Right.
Or I get all kind of huffy, like, yeah, whatever, well, I'm not doing that, you know? Mm-hmm. And then, but then we come back to it later. It's not like a big, I'm not crushed by it, I guess.
Right.
But I know with with other people I interact with, sometimes I'm like, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, right.
Because I feel like that really nicked them.
Yes.
Somewhere that I didn't mean. Yeah. I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to have a debate.
Yeah. Well, and how do you have conflict with a nurturer? I mean, you might.
And a nurturer,
have to be more gentle.
You have to be more gentle because I'm all of a sudden I'll say something just thinking it's another, you know, personality that's totally fine.
Right.
With sort of an attack mentality sometimes.
The attack mentality is working for you? Nurturer?
And then the nurturer just is like, it just crumbles for them.
Oh, yeah.
And they may have an outward a facade that doesn't look like a nurturer, I think, sometimes. Like, we can't always assume, you know, or a creative even might have an outward facade of something else.
Yeah, or a creative's like, I can't express to you. I can't.
Right, and I'm like, well, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, it's like, well, I can't just use my words to explain it.
Right.
So I have to be creative.
I got to do this and this and this and this. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, where I'm not, instead of just thinking out of my own box.
Right.
Because I think we can both be pioneers and then you are more of a creative and I'm more of a guardian, I think, in that sense. But we can both be pioneers with stuff.
Yeah.
And so we're both like, bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
And that's not how everybody is.
No.
Like the nurturers are just going to be like, and the creatives are going to be like, and the connectors are going to be like, I can't connect because she's like barking at me about something. You know what I mean? Like, what about that? And they're like, what?
Oh my God.
You know?
Yeah.
So this is like fascinating. I think it's really fascinating stuff to think about in terms of like, and it's, you know, it's such a broad topic.
Well, I have a friend who's an employer and she makes everyone do these personality tests when she does the hiring thing.
That's
because
so smart.
She's really looking for team members who fit in with the profile of the company.
Yes.
So, and like where the lack is and the, you know, and so it's kind of an interesting thing to make people do in an interview.
Yeah, that's
like
a really
do a personality test.
I think some big companies do that too.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Kind of got to know where you're going to stand with folks,
right?
And know how to interact with them better.
Well, just know, is this person going to, like, do we feel that we'll have harmony within the group?
And if we know they tend to be more of a nurturer or a connector, then let's pay attention to that.
Yeah, well, and let's put them in positions where their communication style can thrive.
Exactly. Where their communication style can thrive. That's it. Boom.
Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Daddy-o.
Yes, it was quite an interesting podcast.
That was a...
Started out with a little bit of you know what.
Ended up with a little bit of you know what.
And a little bit of this and that.
A little this and that. Well...
And go to www.ekt.com.
She doesn't even know how to
I have no idea what I'm
spell it.
talking about. I have no idea what she's saying to me when she says it.
Oh my gosh.
ETD. Where
What would Eckhart Tolle do?
Where would Eckhart Tolle go?
How would Eckhart Tolle communicate?
He's also a pioneer.
Well, he's a pioneer.
But a nurturer.
Is he a nurturer? I don't know.
I don't know
how much he cares about other people.
He has no ego, he says.
He's egoless.
I am egoless.
Oprah said he's the only person she's ever met who is truly egoless.
And he seems like he is.
He seems pretty egoless.
He might be too.
That's a rude thing to say.
Don't listen, Eckhart. Just a joke. Where's your humor?
All right. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.